Yeah, give you a little more detail of this conversion. This is what it looks like on the inside. You can see where it's got this letter C and the CC. Since this one's counterclockwise, it goes into the bottom part of that. That's where your points went across right here. And then it's real simple. You use the same rotors. Remember, don't lose that little clamp right there. This just fits over to the side, and it's just got the little lobes that fit over your cam, and you just kind of turn it to where you feel it set down in there. So you know it's nice and tight down there. It just slips in there, and then you put your flat spot on your put your rotor back on, and then it's in there. And then I just ran the wires down and around. You take out the old part where your points, you know, that where that copper brass colored went up to your points when your condenser was over here in this hole. And then so you just run your wires. This is the red one, runs in behind that. That's where I ran it. And then it just runs up to the little switch here where I've converted it over there, so you can run your 12 on this side. And then I've tested it on the other side when it's running, and it's putting out about 7 or 8, and we got 13 here. And then this coil is one without the resistor built into it. It come from Steiner tractor parts, so did the resistor and the coil, and then the point or the electronic ignition changeover. And then your black wire, of course, just runs up to the negative side of your coil. And then this here on the other end of your resistor just runs. See, this red wire here is not running to the back, so that don't look like it is, see? And then it just runs up to your positive side, so this does. And then it just traces back up. Now, they sent me the 7mm plug wires, and so, of course, I took them and put the new plug wires on. You can still run your original cap, the original rotor. I did monkey with the timing. I had to retard it just a little bit because it was too far advanced. And then of course I did a little adjusting on the carburetor just to kind of get little kinks out of it. But it's running pretty good at this point in time, so I was pretty happy with that. And we're still running the little starter dimmer switch thing, you know, where it starts your tractor and you can turn it on, all that. So that's the conversion. And what was going on is when it was running the points, the coil had the built-in resistor, but it was still burning that coil up and burning the points. Sometimes you could get a few hours out of it, quite a bit of hours, and all of a sudden it just quit and die. So talked to a few other people, and you can't have the 13 or 14 that your alternator puts out going to your coil. It just doesn't work that way. So even though it may work for a while, it may work for quite a while, but eventually it's gonna eat your coil up. So they wanted me to put the resistor back in there, which we did, and it makes a whole lot of sense that putting that resistor back in there, because right there at the front side of it, you're getting what the alternator's putting out, and then out the other end, you're getting what your coil requires without needing to burn your coil up. So we're gonna give it a whirl. See what happens this season for pushing snow. But right now I went out and run it, put a load on it, worked it a little bit. It runs just fine. Thing starts twice as fast as it used to. It started fast with the 12 volt on it, converted originally, but now it really spins over, so it's made a big difference there. And then you can hear it. It runs real good, nice and smooth. So that's my conversion on that. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment.